Hello YouTube, it's MsSunnyMuffins, and before we start this episode of the Legacy Challenge, I have a little bit of explaining to do. And, okay, let me just explain. Okay, so yesterday I recorded, a lot of videos. I think I have, coughing. I'm in the back of my basement and I can barely breathe. I think I have, 6 or 7 episodes that I recorded yesterday, and when I went back and watched all of them, despite me, before I started recording, despite me checking the settings, it recorded on the wrong microphone. It recorded on my internal microphone instead of my headset microphone that I'm using right now. So this right here, what you're hearing right now, is what my headset microphone sounds like unedited. And this, what you're hearing right now, is what it sounds like when it is edited. This is what I wanted the audio in those videos to sound like. But this is what it came out sounding like unedited.
Hello YouTube, it's MsSunnyMuffins. I am here with episode 3 Legacy Challenge.
And this is what it came out sounding like edited.
Hello YouTube, it's MsSunnyMuffins. I am here with episode 3 Legacy Challenge.
And that's kind of what my videos used to sound like, but I just can't keep producing videos like that anymore. I can't make that anymore. It's terrible. Nobody can even understand what I'm saying. I'm not doing it anymore. So, since all of that recorded on the wrong microphone, what I'm going to be doing is speeding it up and voiceovering what happened. Basically, you'll see it in a minute. If you don't want to see that, don't freak out, because in the next episode of the Legacy Challenge, I did configure my computer, I fiddled with it, and I figured out how to make it record on the right microphone. In the next episode of the Legacy Challenge, which will be uploaded today or tomorrow or the next day, definitely before I go on vacation, I'm going to be using this microphone, and I'm going to be calling it Legacy Challenge Part 1. I'm going to be restarting, basically. I'm not going to restart with the original Sims. I'm going to continue the story as it is now. But because we're kind of in a new setting, which you'll see at the end of this, you'll see what I'm talking about, I'll be able to restart it so that the people who don't want to watch all the bad videos with terrible audio don't have to. They can just skip right over that and come to this new one. At the beginning of that one, I will give a recap of everything that has happened, and then we will basically start over on the Legacy Challenge, but not really, kind of start over. So if you don't want to see me voiceovering all these sped up videos, feel free to skip this bit. You don't have to watch it. Just make sure you click on the next episode. It's going to be called Sims 3 Legacy Challenge Part 1. Again, and it will have a new thumbnail and everything. It'll be all new, and everything's gonna be fresh. Okay, so now I'm gonna show you guys the sped up video, and I'm gonna voice over what's happening so you know what's going on. Alright, so we're gonna do the whole voiceover thing, and this is what I'm talking about with the sped up part. So I'm not gonna say anything at parts where it's kind of obvious what's going on, but I basically queued them up and sent Leah off to work. Her sister's just getting ready and stuff. Leah, by the way, is pregnant. She had days off work. I was just having her complete her little mission objective thing, whatever, but she's pregnant right now. That's why she's wearing this outfit. She had a bunch of terribly ugly outfits throughout her whole pregnancy, and I hated all of them. But there wasn't much I could do about that. It wouldn't let me edit her in cast or anything. And, you know, a lot of times the house didn't load, so you're going to see that empty house thing that you just saw quite a bit, but it's okay. It's not that big a deal. I don't know what I'm doing right now. I believe I'm sending Leah on a date with, her, fiancé. That fat black guy she's been going out with, Ryan. That's her fiancé. I didn't know that going into this. I thought that they weren't even dating yet, but apparently he's her fiancé, so I was like, okay, that's fine. And I sent them to the stadium for some reason. I thought that they could watch a game, but they couldn't. So I sent them to watch a movie instead, because that's what they said they wanted to do. Which I'm doing right now, sending them to a movie. The movie didn't start till 5, so I told them to tour the theater, but I was actually just waiting for them to get to the theater, and then I had them watch I'm a Carrot, one of the Sims movies. They have all these ridiculous titles. And then I was saying how these movie posters are like Twilight and Grey's Anatomy in movie poster form. And yeah, the movie just continued, and then I skipped to when it was over, and they came out, and I had them, I think they're romancing it up. No, they're just talking. Then I had them romance it up a little bit, and you keep seeing that Bandicam logo. Sorry, that's at the end of every, like, clip it. I just didn't edit it out. Her sister, Tristany, got a promotion. And, yeah, that was cool. So I'm having her come home and take care of herself. And her sister Leah, I'm also queuing her up so that she can be taken care of. And her parents were in there. I don't know what I did with them, but they were in there. And, yeah, basically, that was just the end of their day, so. A bunch of stuff is happening. They're just getting queued up again in the morning, basically. I'm having Leah kind of clean up today because I don't really know what to do with her, but I'm sending Trist out to find herself a girlfriend. Trist is lesbian, if you didn't know that. I decided that a long time ago. But yeah, I'm completing her little mission also that she got where she has to jog for an hour. And another mission where she has to deliver these papers. I'm having her jog to deliver the papers and then deliver the papers. And this is the first girl I tried to have her flirt with. And lo and behold, we found out later that this girl actually lives with Leah's fiance. But she was married. No, she had a boyfriend, Ariel. I thought Ariel was a girl, but no. So, and she was kind of rude to us at the end, so I was like, alright, forget this girl, whatever, I don't care. So then I went to the diner, and we found this chick, I do not remember, Darlene Bunch. We found Darlene Bunch, and we started flirting with her. She was attracted to us. Everything was cool. She wasn't all that ugly, so I was like, you know what? I can work with Darlene Bunch, even though her name is terrible, and she needs a little bit of a makeover. We can do Darlene Bunch. Meanwhile, I had Leah read a book to work on her logic skill, so she could get a promotion later. But I had Darlene Bunch come over, I think, and, maybe. Alright, Leah gained a logic skill, so I sent her to do some stuff. Did I have Darlene come over? I don't think I did. Okay, yeah. I was just showing you Leah's baby bump. The sisters, I had them watch TV together for a little bit, because their relationship wasn't all that good, and I wanted them to kind of talk for a bit, so I brought them up just the tiniest fragment, and then I sent them to bed. But then the baby came, and I was like, oh, holy crap. So I sold the TV, bought a crib instead, and sent Leah to the hospital. Excuse me. And I named the baby Drew Taylor. It took me a long time to figure that out. Drew Taylor. And the traits were excitable and loves the outdoors. Loves the outdoors is the same trait her father had, so I was like, yay. And excitable was by the random dice thingy. Yeah, okay. I'm just doing some maintenance right now of the house. Drew Taylor. It's an adorable baby name. I don't know what just happened there. Oh, I had her call her parents just to keep up the relationship. I'm trying to keep the family together and everything. I'm having Tris take care of her niece, Drew Taylor, and I do believe I just set up for the wedding party to happen. I don't know what that was. I think it was for the wedding party. And I sent Tris out on a date with Darlene. Here she is. And I had them kind of become friendly first. And once they were friends, which will happen eventually, I had them talk to each other and flirt, and they got to romantic interest, and then girlfriend, and then mission complete, and I was happy. So then I had her come over. I asked her to spend the night. She said yes, of course, because we're that awesome. And then she spent the night over at our place, and I just proceeded to flirt with her and everything, and get her from romantic interest to girlfriend. And then they woohooed at the end, of course, because why not? Meanwhile, I just had Leah take care of her daughter, and, get herself in order. And, yeah. Then, I don't know what that noise just was. Then I had them, I had planned the wedding party. I invited a couple of Leah and Tristany's friends, and, of course, their parents. And this is my makeover for Darlene Bunch. I just gave her a different hair and a different basic outfit, basically. What she was wearing just then was her nightwear, so that's not the outfit I gave her. I didn't pick that. I just didn't care. But anyways, I edited Leah, and I gave her formal wear for the wedding, and it's wedding day, and she's getting ready, and I told her not to get ready because she's currently missing her wedding party, but of course, she stayed in the bath anyway. I called and hired a babysitter. And then I sent them to the wedding, and Leah loves flowers, so I put flowers everywhere for the wedding because she absolutely loves flowers. She's, a nature-loving girl, so I had to do that everywhere. And of course her husband wasn't there. I don't know why this keeps happening, but at wedding parties, it seems like the husband is never, the fiancé is never there. So I had to invite him over, and then once I invited him, and he finally came, I edited him in cast, and that was his formal wear, the tuxedo, and his everyday wear, the white shirt. He's still a big guy, but I totally send him down a lot. And I gave him a different hair. And I made him just a little bit lighter so that we could kind of see his facial features. And I had Tristany take a picture. I had to attempt twice attack. She kind of failed the first time, but I really wanted a picture. And then I moved the houses over. And here's my picture. Click, click. And yeah. And I gave the picture to Leah. She's going to put it up in her house later. And then, you know, I had them enjoy the party for a little bit. I had to send Tristany to work. But the babysitter just kind of refused to do anything. He just stood outside and let the baby suffer. He was absolutely useless. I despised that guy. And, but anyways, I finally moved them into their new house, which I built. Alright, so this is their house that I made them. And, the roof is kind of, like, really stupid, but I had to put it on like that. Leah, of course, has all her flowers in the front because she loves flowers. And even in the back where I couldn't put roof, I added cattails, which I love, but I could never add because they weren't appropriate, and more flowers. And this is just me showing you around the house. Yeah, it's really, really big. It's that big because we found out that Ryan was rich. I keep trying to call him Lion. I've been doing that, like, even when I was recording, I tried to call him Lion. It was the stupidest thing. But anyways, this is inside the house. This is their dining area with, you know, matching chairs and a matching high chair for the baby, and I'll show you what's behind the door later. It's the kitchen where they have all this nice stuff, even a microwave, and the tile backdrop, of course. Not of course, I just thought that was nice. The granite island, which I'm going to add bar stools to later. They had a couch sitting area with a rug I don't really like, a bookshelf, and a TV. And behind this door was a bathroom, the downstairs bathroom. And it's just a shower. But it's a full bathroom. And there's nothing over there. I thought there was something, but there isn't. And I'm just showing you the above view. And this is over here. It's an indoor pool. Like I said, they were rich. And I really like what I do with the tiling in the pool. Normally when I tile a pool, I hate it. And that's their sitting area. But yeah, I did that. If you guys want me to take the lights out, I can, because I'm using the by debug lights, but yeah. Up here, I did, you know, no floor so they could see down, but I can't illuminate this area. I'm going to try to put wall lights on there later, but I can't, like, get this light bright, so it looks really dark. But over here is the railing and a bunch of doors, and I'm going to show you what's behind each door. This door has the master bedroom. The theme is red, black, white, and tan. Of course, Leah decorated it, and she didn't get to put any flowers inside the house, but yeah, that's their bathroom. And over here is an empty room for a kid who's going to live here eventually. I'll fix the floor later. This is a nursery for Drew Taylor. Nothing matches, but that's just because she's a baby. We'll fix it later. This is the kids' bathroom, one they're going to share. And, you know, over there's another bedroom where someone will live eventually. And that's the upstairs area. So that's the house. And now I'm just going to proceed playing. Basically, all I do is kind of take care of Drew Taylor, cue the rest of them up for the night, and then I send them off to bed, and then I'm like, okay, we're going to end the part here. So I'll see you guys next time, and until then, toodaloo. Please tell me if you liked the intro, where I did the little music, if you liked it all fast, or if you like it how it is in the outro, whereas it's kind of slower. I mean, well, no, the intro was slow, and the outro is going to be fast. Tell me which one you like, and I will do that for my intro or outro. Alright, so here's the little fast version I was talking about. I'll see you guys next time, and until then, toodaloo.